Yo, what's up, guys? Sorry for the past videos I've made that didn't have any commentary in them. I've been sick with sinus mess, so I'm sorry if I sound congested. Anyways, let's get started on some Arc Raiders news. I know I'm behind again, so this might be a long video. Anyways, I'm gonna start with the headwinds update. The ice has melted. You have survived one of the most punishing winters in recorded Rust Belt history. Others weren't so lucky. Bodies that survived begin to thaw, revealing a hardened, resolute spirit. The cold snap either kills you or it makes you stronger, and Topside is experiencing more and more raiders going against the odds for ever greater glory and rewards. On January 27th, your Headwinds update arrives, so the Headwinds update is already out. So you have a solo versus squads matchmaking option now. For those that have passed level 40 and are up to the challenge, it is now possible to test yourself as a solo in a lobby of squads. Will you be a hunter, a silent assassin, or a hidden looter? With extra XP on offer for joining as a solo against squads, all options are on the table. Then you have a trophy display project. Some raiders have taken to hunting Ark for sport. No longer is it just about defense. These Mavericks take the flight to the machine. Take the fight. Sorry, not flight. My brain can't compute sometimes. Take the fight to the machines and harvest them for prizes. Build out your trophy case, progress through the levels, and unlock valuable items in the process. So you have Bird City. Have you noticed more birds hanging around the buried city? Now the ice has melted. These intrepid survivors are stocking up on supplies for their nests. You'll find a lot of valuable loot in chimneys, but watch out for other raiders. Some will just be waiting for you to drop your guard. Then for cosmetics, Headwinds also sees the introduction of two new cosmetic sets, suitable for going up against the odds. Will you don the Sandwalker set to outmaneuver your opponents with stealth and skill? Now is the time to challenge yourself and truly test your mettle. This is just the beginning. We need to know if you're ready for the impending escalation. So that's the Headwinds update. Of course, I will be playing this soon, so you'll see a video later on today on this. Even though I know it's late, it's like a week late. You'll still see the video later on today. Anyways, let's get into update 1.13.0. Trouble is brewing in the Rust Belt. Heavy sandstorms have been battering the surface. Flocks of birds have been spotted around Buried City, gathering around chimneys for what many assume to be nefarious reasons. And to top it all off, Maverick Raiders have been spotted hunting Ark for sport and single handedly taking on entire squads. So everybody knows what's new is solo versus squads. Of course, everybody knows that now. But when you're opting in for the solo versus squads, players will receive plus 20% bonus XP at the end of the round on both successful extract and defeat. So that's pretty good incentive. For trophy display, a new long term project which requires players to hunt increasingly dangerous groups of Ark to submit their parts for rewards. Raiders will be able to build a new display case over 5 different steps, same as for the Candleberry project, and each level will add a new item to the display case. The rewards for completing each step include blueprints as well as Raider tokens, and full completion also brings additional rewards, including a howl emote, a guitar, and 300,000 coins. There is currently no fixed end date, and it will not be impacted by expedition resets. Then for Bird City, of course, know about that already. So they have. Oh, it includes more flying arc and more players in proximity. That's what that one does. Then there's new items, 2 new types of epic augments. Then there's 7 new quests. I haven't even beat the other quests yet that they added. So patch highlights open parties. The option to set your party to open so your embark and platform friends can join you seamlessly, even when you're in round to wait in the lobby to join your next match. Then squad invites. Added the option for squad mates to invite others to the party as well as the party leader. Achievement fixes. Stellamonte Seed Vault Extract fix. Mouse smoothing option added. Gamepad rebinding. Then for content and bug fixes, of course they fixed the achievements, we know that. But what did they fix exactly? They fixed the issue causing progress towards enemy of my enemy achievement to not get tracked. Fixed issue causing hook, line, and sinker achievement to not track correctly. Then for the arc traversing obstacles has been improved. A leaper is now better at walking when it loses its legs. Dead shredders are now properly labeled as scavengeable when pinged. A snitch fixed an issue where snitches would abort calling down arc if players threw a lure grenade during the call. Snitches will no longer make noise after they are destroyed. A spotter fixed the issue where spotters would follow players into buildings and get stuck. And a tick, when grabbed by the tick, players will now have a brief window of time where they can dodge roll to remove the tick. Audio fixed an issue where emotes were missing voice lines in the store and customization preview. Fixed voice chat cutting in some cases. Improved voice chat connection. And they fixed a bunch of stuff in the maps. For general, the types of containers that can spawn condition specific blueprints have been lowered during electromagnetic storm, hidden bunker, and lock gate. They raise the chances of finding higher tier weapons and weapon cases. Slightly lowered the chances of finding matriarch and queen unique parts in their armor pieces to make it a bit harder to get them without destroying them completely. Fixed multiple containers across all maps that were not interactable. Fixed a raider hatch timing bug and camera getting stuck when the interaction fails. For Dam Battlegrounds, tweaked some of the cliffs around the Raider Outpost tower on the dam where players tended to get stuck. Adjusted the elevator shaft collision to prevent players from getting stuck on the dam control tower. Fixed collision issues inside the pattern house on Dam Battlegrounds. Fixed an issue where players could reach an unintended location in water treatment. For Buried City, removed invisible wall in a nook beneath the Buried City highway. Remove the musical puzzle from Buried City. The guitar is now purchasable at Shinies. Spaceport fixed an issue where rocks and grass would float in the air on Spaceport. Adjusted arc spawn location during hidden bunker on bunker antennas to try to make sure they can't spawn directly on top of the antennas. Stellamontes fixed the seed vault extraction glitch on Stellamontes that allowed players to remain in the extraction point after it had closed. The night raid lightning, no, not lightning. The night raid lighting has been updated with the most lamps turned off. Sorry guys, my mind, it messes up half the time. Fixed 40 locations on Stellamontes where players would frequently get stuck. Fixed the Bastion in Stellamontes, being able to spawn out of bounds and attack players through walls. The loot spawn locations have been adjusted so items are more evenly distributed throughout the map. Now for miscellaneous, I'm just gonna leave this in the I'm gonna leave this in the description below, the link, if anybody wants to look at this for themselves. They also fixed movement, fixed an issue where player movement input would temporarily be unresponsive after having network connection issues. Fixed an issue where players would fall off a ladder when attempting to descend shortly after climbing to the top. fixed an issue where players would automatically jump off a ladder when entering while crouched. They also fixed some of the UI for utility. They fixed some of that. I'm just skimming through it at this point because it's a huge update. And for quests, they added additional interactions to the final objective in the groundbreaking quest. An anti cheat, a three strikes progressive ban system is in the process of being implemented. Bans will progress from 30 days to 60 and finally a permaban for repeat offenders. And if for known issues, the solo versus squads matchmaking option currently does not have a pop up when the option becomes available to players when reaching or above level 40. Cosmetics acquirable through Raider tokens that have not yet been purchased may be missing from the customization menu. One of the Marco set helmet variants may appear incorrectly in preview and in the menu will appear correctly in game. Players may occasionally not receive a skill point as indicated in the results screen. A reboot / playing another round fixes the issue. And that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys like hearing this type of news and wanting to see more, please please hit that like button so I know I can make more videos on this. If you guys really like this, I'll make more videos on these updates. And if you guys want to see more Arc Raiders content, please consider subscribing as there's more Arc Raiders content to come on this channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.